Hi, welcome to another episode. I'm Brian Maddox, your host. With me today is Willy Kuo from Coohom. Welcome, Willy.
Oh, hi. It's an honor to be here. Thanks for having me, man.
So,
Also, it's not like also the first time I've been, doing this. It's very exciting then.
yeah, it's always interesting, right? Because even if you've been on a podcast 100 times, every time is just a little bit different. So, if you can explain for our listeners, kind of a little bit more about where what you're up to, where you come from, how did you get involved in your current business, that'll help us set the stage for the conversation.
Oh, yes, yes, for sure. So actually, I'm from Taiwan. I'm not sure if you guys know about the country. Yeah, I'm from Taiwan. Then I've been doing marketing for over like 7 years, almost 8 years, till now. Then I've been working, for this technological field, so now I'm in this company called Coohom, and it's a company mainly sell software, like 3D rendering and product visualization software. Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys familiar with what's 3D rendering, just when you do the online interior design or any kind of 3D model, and then you need it to render your picture for, more realistic effect and stuff. So I think right now for the market, Coohom is trying to develop more in the US because, I mean, previously we tried to just develop more in the APAC market, but right now we found out that in America, this is such a huge market for home decor and also for interior design, hospitality, lighting, stuff like that. So it's really exciting. But just over the years, the as you guys know that there are a lot of different mangas in the in the field in the industry in the US. So now we're still trying to find the right approach, the marketing approach, sales approach, even the product, the product update, the product new area to develop to make our audience know that what actually Kuhon could provide them, to deliver the solution, not just product itself. And in order to achieve that, I think it required, a lot of effort, but I think we're on the right track. Yeah.
So, when it comes to the solution that you guys are offering, who's your ideal target market? What does that look like?
Actually, our target audience could be, we separate it into like B2C and B2B part. But B2C mainly just the interior designers, sometimes homeowners, sometimes if you just want to renovate or, renovate your kitchen, your bathroom, stuff like that, you can use our platform. You can just design a room in 5 minutes and render it, in seconds. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But for B2B part, we separate it into different categories. For example, for home decor, we got action furniture, also Lowe's home improvement. Yeah, but for kitchen and baths, we got other Lee kitchen and baths and other, manufacturers. But now we're trying to develop the lighting, lighting market because it's a huge, huge market, but also a little bit niche, I would say. And so it's, very hard to how to say to let the market recognize us. It just in the US it's always been a challenge, but well, we like challenge.
so so when you are talking about the B2B elements of
Yeah.
the software solution that you're providing, um, what are those engagements typically look like? How long does it take for you to get to, from an initial contact with somebody like a Lowe's, let's say, through to a completed sale? What is that sort of marketing process? What's the approach look like?
I think now the marketing approaches that adopted would be, like SEM, like search engine marketing, and SEO, search engine optimization. But, in terms of getting this big player like Lowe's Home Improvement and Ashley Furniture, I personally I use email marketing and also press release. You need to create good content and also the good credibility. So these big players, this business will trust your brand. It's not like you just doing a lot online advertising, so they would know just, oh, you're a good brand, and why should I trust you? Why should I spend over 10,000 USD, at your company for a year? So I think the most important thing to do B2B marketing is credibility. But often a lot of people business owners, even their marketing department, they would think, oh, if we can just do the right advertisement, we can get all the players in our, into our pocket. But that's not true. The first thing you need to spend a little bit time to figure out what is the right content for your target audience. And if you can create good content and the right approach, I mean, normally they would like to talk to you. And when you got a chance to talk to them, that's the chance, that's your platform, that's your stage to show how your marketing ability can attract these players. Yeah, I think that's the most important part, I say.
So when you're going through your process, and you've identified your ideal sort of target market and all that kind of stuff, what exactly is the role that you're targeting in these organizations, right? I imagine that there's maybe not exact overlap between the role of the person in Ashley and the role of the person in Lowe's or whatever. But what are the names or the roles of those folks that you're going after? What's the target role?
You mean like their position, right? Their
Yeah,
position or something.
yeah.
Mainly, it's very interesting. So for example, for Lowe's, the Lowe's Home Improvement, I first approached to their marketing department, because I tried because I'm the marketing guy. If I talk to them, they would be more, how to say, more easy because we have like common sense, common ground that we could discuss, we try to explain them how the marketing now is shaping the world and how important is social media marketing. As you know, like now the TikTok and stuff is just it's going viral. So adopting the good marketing approach could help your business grow like 10 times or even 20 times bigger. But how you're gonna deliver the solution is the key point, how you present yourself, how you demonstrate, right? So the first I approached to the marketing department, it I mean, at least you should approach to like a manager or a director, because sometimes they have more, how to say, more power in their hand. They can make a decision, always to, target a decision maker. When you talk to them at first, you try to let them know that you have the same idea, the same thought as them. So they would think that, okay, you're cool. You got an idea, so you know what we do, and you try to solve our problem. And then after that, you started to, engage more of their team members, either from product team, from technical team, from sales team. And finally, you will get a chance to talk to their management team. Yeah. But always, I think the marketing department would be the first approach. I mean, it would be easier, I think, because if you go to talk to the sales team, I don't think they would really give much care, because
So
they want to sell. Yes.
So when you started this approach to try and get to these players in Ashley or Lowe's, your entire approach was find people just like you in that organization and talk to them and see if they can't move you laterally. Was that the idea?
Yes, yes, but the thing is that I wouldn't just like approach them either on LinkedIn or email. I wouldn't just talk to them and say, "Hey, I'm Willy. I'm on behalf of Coohom and blah blah blah." What we do, because normally if I am the one getting this kind of message, I would just ignore, So in terms of the first approach, is very important. You need to, it's like dating. You need you need to make a good impression at first. So then you have to create this image like this package about what you sell. I mean, no, I mean what your solution's about, and
Right.
what do what do you think you can solve their problem. So before you approach to this prospect, you need to know that you need to search and do some, how to say, do some research about their business to find out that what are they looking for, and maybe to predict that what is the problem they're struggling right now, So then when you approach at first, you can let them know that you are the one that can provide the solution to them because they are also looking for something like that. And if you hit it off, then bang, you got your business growth. Yes.
So when you did that initial outreach, how did you said you did that by email?
Yes, yes. The first I bought it my email and then LinkedIn. Yeah.
So what did that email look like? Tell me a little bit, because you said yourself like you ignore half of these when they come in.
Yeah, yeah.
And so if you got
So
one through the gate, I want to hear about what was your
yeah,
secret.
yeah. So first, I wouldn't. So most people started with a hi, hi your name. For example, as a hi Brian, and
Yeah, yeah.
da, 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 da. Normally, I wouldn't directly say the name and stuff. I would say like sincere greetings, and then to sales that I'm getting in touch because your company is very prestigious, and now I can provide a solution, but I want to let you know that I'm trying to solve your problem, not just by selling the product. I can bring you more additional value. And by that, I started to talk about a little bit about, our brand and then our credibility, what sort of companies they would, collaborate it with. And I would send several attachments, including our press release and our different picture and video to let them know that, we are for real. We're not just bluffing, just a bunch of text, but no real stuff to show. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, for me, marketing is always about credibility. But it depends, if you just want to approach to the end user, it sometimes they just how to say, they just want to know that what thing is more attractive. It's not, because the length of their decision is not that long. But if you want to approach to B2B marketing, it's gonna be, more complicated and longer process. That's why, credibility is the key point. Yeah.
Right. So you've built this relationship, and then I imagine you've also leveraged that relationship for referrals to other folks in similar roles. Is that right?
Yes, yeah, yes, for sure. That's very important. But the referral part would be the next and the third part. Yeah.
Right. But that referral then kicks off the next relationship and the next relationship and the next relationship, and that's the way it's
Yes,
supposed to
yeah,
go.
yes. Because in marketing, the ultimate goal is called word of mouth marketing. If you don't do anything, and then people will do the marketing for you, Yeah.
Right. So you've got, let's say you've got these complicated sales kind of in the process. How long does it take you from initial outreach to a closed sale?
To close a deal, oh my God, that's a really good question though. I mean, sometimes it depends on the company because some company their culture just that they like to move things very quick, and some companies they like to move things very slow. It depends on their management team and their executive team. But normally, I would say at the average time, I mean, in the U.S. market, probably would be like 1.5 month to 3. Yeah, for
Oh,
the first. Yeah, yeah.
that's
It's not
relatively
long.
short.
Yeah, yeah, but because like we need to just try pushing hard, because like the company, I mean my company, the management team also want to ask that why the deal is being so long and stuff, but sometimes they don't understand. Yeah.
Yeah, there are a fair amount of the folks that we've had on the show have cycle times that are measured in years, not months, and certainly
Yeah,
not
I
weeks.
know, I know, I know. Yeah, it's crazy, I
So,
know.
so you're lucky in that way that they go from like, that seems interesting to here's your money in less than 3 months. That's great. Um, so then you're really then have to keep your deal pipeline very full because at that rate for closing. Is that how does that influenced by your like average client value over lifetime? Do you have a good sense for what that looks like? How many deals do you have to have in the pipeline at any given time to keep your revenue growing?
That's a very good point though. So currently in our company, we keep like, so each salesperson we have like, I think it's 150 in their pipeline, 150 leads in their pipeline.
Wow.
And then yeah, because sometimes you don't always know that when the client would reply you. So you have to keep a strong pipeline and then to keep it up to date, and sometimes you need to but the tricky thing is that you cannot, how to say, like just send too many emails to one client, in a week. Because
Yeah, yeah.
when you try to, kind of you just move too much, everything. Oh, okay. I don't think you're the right team or right solution provided to us. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Just like I said, it's a little bit like dating. If you take too much, you become too possessive. The people say, "Oh no, no, I'm not gonna do it." Yeah.
Absolutely. So how many folks do you have on your sales team right now out there doing that?
You mean in the U.S. or the global
Uh,
market?
yeah, whichever. I mean, either answer is good.
In the US now we have around like 20, I think 20 people. Yeah.
Wow. So at any given time, you've got like 2,500 people in your pipelines in the US. That's
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
in a
yeah.
B2B space. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, but it's not everyone is top sales, you know. It's not everyone is top sales. Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
So
But I
yes,
mean,
I mean,
if
yeah,
each
yeah.
one's if each one's nurturing a pipeline of 1,500 people or so, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So they will have
that's
like 2,500. Yeah, that would be
yeah,
really good.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but the point is that they can close the deal, you know.
Yeah, no, that that number of people in your B2B pipeline's got to be tricky to manage. Yeah, it's going to
Yeah,
be difficult to
exactly.
manage overlap as well, right? So,
Yes.
are you just out of curiosity? Are you guys arranged in territories? How does that work?
Normally we just separate in different states, actually. You know, like for New York, for Los Angeles, for Texas, you
Gotcha.
know, Pennsylvania, yeah, yeah, stuff.
So, and then the essentially you've given the each of these sales guys the script that works, right, for the emails and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah,
when
yeah. Most, I mean, yeah, I would give give them template. You know, either their how they do the demo, I would give them the template because if the marketing side, I can provide a good template, right? I mean, each salesperson they can just do their own style. You
yeah,
know, I
yeah,
mean, I think everyone has their different talking style or presenting style to the client. Yeah, so I just provide a general template so they can just employ that and play on their own. Yeah.
gotcha. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's a lot of folks in your B2B pipeline. I'm optimistic for that growth, right? And then obviously that factors in with your lifetime customer value. So you should be growing exponentially so long as you keep them in your
Well,
pipeline
that's
for a
the
long time.
goal. That's the goal. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah, that's great. So as we get close to wrapping up here, I have a couple quick questions. First things first, who's a great person for you to meet? So who are the folks at the Lowe's or the Ashley Furnitures? Who are the folks that we should try to be connecting with you with as an audience? Who can we reach out to on your behalf? That kind of thing.
You mean in those companies in
Yeah, well,
Lowe's and
just give us a good example of what a referral for you might look like.
um I would say a marketing I would say the marketing director. Yeah. A marketing director would be the best.
And
Yeah.
what
Because
and
if
what
they
type of
can
company?
uh I would say any type of company. I would say any type of company.
Well, not every company, right? The marketing director for a chocolate company is not going to be a great fit for you.
Well, that's true, that's true. But yeah, yeah. If but for example, if in marketing in those home decor and interior design company, that would be the best, you know. But for me, I always tell my team that don't limit yourself because you don't know if this chocolate company, their marketing people probably, they know other brands and other stuff, because for example, if you know that, the marketing director from Amazon and I make a good connection with you and say, hey, do you want to go out to have a drink or something like that? Can you invite the dude? Yeah, then we can just make more connection stuff. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, and so I'm all about it, man. The network is where the power is. So,
Yeah.
so Willie, I guess one last question here as we finish up our episode. Um, what are the three biggest kind of lessons you picked up in your journey as a marketing director along the way?
Well, for now, damn, as it's been learning a lot, but the three main lesson that I've learned is that, as I keep mentioning, credibility is the key. How you're gonna build it is gonna be very important. And this is the first thing. Credibility is always the key. And the second thing is that don't get lost, because out there, out in the market, there are a lot of different companies. They are doing a lot of different approaches, and as a marketer you will be more creative. You need to adopt different approaches and to try different channels, but it's very easy for you to get lost. You will forget that what's your main purpose. So after, if you lost your way, and after 3 months or 6 months you will started to feel like you don't know what is marketing, because you just lost in the world. It's like, it's like now the internet. So you need to keep yourself the true heart. You got to know that how you're gonna do this and why you're gonna do this, just how you're gonna do this credibility thing. So that's
Mm,
how very important. And the third one is that you gotta roll with the market. You gotta know the term. You gotta learn how the people talk. because, for example, like you said, a chocolate company, right? If they want to sell chocolate, they wouldn't describe a chocolate as a natural wait, they can say chocolate is natural. They wouldn't say like artificial stuff. If they say like, oh, our chocolate is the number one artificial thing, I don't think people would buy it. Yeah,
Right, right.
you need to find the right term. The terminology is important. So terminology and the right, how to say, the right path, terminology and right path, and the credibility. Those are the three main lessons I think, is very important to me. Yeah.
Gotcha. Thank you so much for being on our show. Definitely want to check in with you in the future and see how your marketing initiatives are going.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. It's been a great time.
Thanks for listening to this episode of The Consulting Trap. If you have suggestions for future episodes or would like to be a guest on our show, please send me an email at brian@podcastchef.com. That's BRIAN at podcastchef.com. Before we go, we'd like to thank the sponsor of our show, Podcast Chef. Podcast Chef helps turn ordinary podcasting into a revenue-generating lead magnet for your consulting business. Our Podcasting Done For You service takes away the headache of starting up and running your own podcast. Reach out now to take advantage of our 30-day money-back guarantee. Visit us at podcastchef.com to find out how our team of experts can help you leverage podcasting to take your business to the next level.